Hey, you guys, that was wonderful. I really, really appreciate it. Let me hand the microphone over to you.
Hi, I'm Eli Santana. This is Debradawn Shockey.
That's right.
To my right. And then Kayla Contreras.
Oh, yeah.
How
All right, she's an adopted child. She is raised Spanish. She understands her rank in society. So when Alessandro comes along, Eli, stirring up trouble, Ramona, of course, falls in love with Alessandro, and wildness then ensues, of course, because back then at that time it was kind of frowned upon for classes to kind of mix within that society. So without spoilers, the love happens, and the rest of the show is kind of them figuring out their position in the world that the show is in.
Yes, coming up on the 100th year. I actually was unaware of this amazing play until I was notified that this was right here in Hemet, going on for so many years. And so I got asked to audition, and I did. I worked really hard, and then the last audition I was actually on tour, and I flew in from Nebraska and made the audition, and then flew back to New Orleans, and guess what? I got the part.
Spoiler alert.
What a wonderful part it is.
Well, I'll start with all the bells and whistles and everything. There's there's native dancers and singers, the Red Tail Spirit dancers. There's the Arias Troubadours. There's like live music who've been decades as a family doing this, and there's horses, there's guns. It's a whole giant production, and I know I'm missing and then there's pageantry and dancing, Spanish dancing, but for what makes it really important is that it's the history of California. This is something that we don't know or don't think about, and this is an amazing time of when California got handed over to America. And so in that, there was a lot of people lost in the shuffle, the Spanish and mainly the Native Americans. And so there's this beautiful love story that's happening in the midst of all that. And so it's just this roller coaster of emotions and history, and it all happened right here, which is incredible.
I'm Debradawn Shockey, like you said, and I've been doing this show, actually in the show, probably 4 years. Well, more than that if you count understudying Ramona. I was Ramona 1 year, 2008. I was Margarita twice, and now this is my first year doing Marta, which is the cook. And it's such a really fun role, like all of them are. It's a fantastic play. It's been said that this is the largest play that you will ever see. It is the longest running outdoor play in America, and it is the California official state play. And so I think it's so sad. Like you said, so many people from even this area now don't even know that this is here. It's this jewel, this diamond right here in our backyard. And it used to be the thing. When I was Ramona, I met in the parking lot people who had traveled from Arizona to see the show every single year. And unfortunately, I don't think the word is out there anymore because the world has changed. And so we're looking for ways and ideas for that 100th year to really put the word out. We're pulling out all the stops. It's going to be spectacular, more than it already is. This place is amazing. So we have the whole family of the Churlins here with us. Oh, and I don't see the little ones. This is Julianne, and she plays Dolores. And this is Brett Sherlin, and her father. He plays Don Felipe. And then, and the mom, of course. She plays Aunt Rai. This is Laura, their mother, Laura Sherlin. And then we have Senora. She is next to Ramona, the lead actress, and everybody loves to hate her, but she's actually a sweetheart in real life, and she has been the assistant director for many, many years. She was Senora for my first year playing Ramona, and they kept her and got rid of me. So they liked her better. So she's spectacular. She's also been the assistant director for many, many years. Oh, and she played Ramona in 1985 and 1989 in the 80s.
80s. Let's just say 80s.
Yeah. Really, really good. So her name is Kathy Anderson, the director's wife, Dennis Anderson, which I don't see Dennis here. Okay, so you guys have to help me out because I go blank on the spot. Okay, and then this is Padre Salvadora. I never say that right. Salvadora. Okay, you're going to have to edit that out. Yeah, say it again. Salvadora. Salvadera.
Yeah, and it hasn't changed really since 1923. This building behind us, the facade was built in 1937. So we're using the same scenery for the last 100 years. And yeah, it is interactive. Our oldest cast member, her name is Teresa Seaton. She plays Mara, that does the blessing for the baby. She was in the play in 1940, before I was born. So when you are directing somebody who was in the play before you were born, it kind of gives you tingles. But yeah, she was a 5-year-old child, and she has quite a biography. But she's one of our most respected Native American elders, and she's part of the community. I mean, 3-4 generations have been in this play. And why do we do it? Well, you know, there is the reason we want to keep the novel, Helen Hunt Jackson's novel, alive. We want to, you know, keep on talking about, you know, racial prejudice and oppression. But it's also theater. And if you ask most of these people why you do it, and the cowboys especially, it's fun. It is fun to come out here during the day, put our cell phones away, go back in 1850, and, well, especially after COVID. I mean, what you saw today was our first performance in over 2 years. And these 4th graders were here today. Their teachers told me this is their first field trip in 3 years. So we got outdoors and the beauty. And, you know, some people say, well, let's do it in the evening. Well, we have the lighting. We can do it. But no, we keep it in the daytime because it's a time machine. You're going back to 1850 California. But it all started with the people of Hemet San Jacinto in 1923. And we're so excited because next year's our 100th. Yeah, the spirituality, our Native American advisory group, who came on board when I started directing 24 years ago, they said this is a spiritual place. So they don't wear costumes, they wear regalia. And they do tell me this, that at sunset, we had a wonderful man that played Alessandro. His name was Vince Whipple. He said at sunset, another world takes over. And I remember one time I was walking down the trail and I just saw a bobcat cross. The bobcat looked at me and Vince said, yeah, that's going into another plane of existence. And then I've heard like the red-tailed hawks circle above, and they say that's been going on since 1923. Some Native Americans believe that's spiritual significance. I don't know. But it's a magical place. I mean, what can you say? Yeah.
Without Ramona, we wouldn't have a place where communities can get together, where kids and adults and families can all join together and be a part of something that curtails to the community, that curtails about the history of California itself. And without Ramona, we really are at a loss. History gets lost over time. And Ramona is the preservation of that history, and that's why it's so important. It continues the history throughout many generations. I mean, here we are at almost 100 years later, still talking about the same history, the same incidents, the same racial and social prejudices that we still see today. And it brings a lot of awareness to the fight that a lot of people have faced before. And I also think that it really brings the beauty of California and the beauty of the people that are a part of this each and every year. My family has been a part of this show for 3 generations. This is actually my 14th season, and many people come back and come back and come back. You know, I started this play being a part of it when I was 5 years old as well, and it's really important to bring the community together. There's a part for everyone, and just because of that, this makes this place so special. You can come at any age, any race, any type of person. You could be like Eli in a band. You could be like Kayla, a singer, actress, dancer. You could be someone from just off the street, and we will welcome you here, and there's a place for you. And that's why Ramona is so special and important.
Hey, that was really good.